Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching in the world tonight. Welcome along to One Hub Racing Pinnacle Tier. This is season 14, and it brings us to the United States Grand Prix for round number 19 of the championship. 3 races to go with 3 drivers still in the championship running. My name is Kieran McGinley, and joining me in the commentary box is Jamie Metcalf. Jamie, how are you tonight?
Very good, yeah, obviously. Yeah, we crunch part of the season, the championship's still wide open, and it should be a good one.
Should be a good one, and let's take you through the championship order right now. There's 3 drivers who have a possibility of winning the championship. They are as follows: Westy, who currently is our championship leader, 225 points, 3 wins this season, 10 podiums, and I believe a driver of the day award as well. Cass is in second place on 204, 21 points behind, and Flavel, the man from Jersey, 173, 52 points behind the championship leader. So it is all to play for heading into these final 3 races. But the pendulum really is swinging against the man from Jersey, wouldn't you say, Jamie? He's got it all to do heading into the final 3 rounds.
Yeah, he started to hit form, but past few races, but fortunately for him, it's a little bit too late. He's getting good results, but he's not getting the wins. He needs to win races, really. And well, Westy and Cass, they have slipped up in the past few races, so he just needs to do the best he can and hope for a bit of luck behind.
Absolutely, and we are joined in the chat here by Sam, 8th place in the championship in the Racing Point car. Sam, how are you tonight?
I'm very good, how are you?
Not too bad. So, well, 8th place in the championship, 59 points scored. I believe you've got a win to your name, 2 podiums, 2 driver of the days. Going into the last 3 races, just give us a reflection of your season so far.
Well, I joined in Hungary, so I didn't start the season, which is probably why I'm down in 8th place. But I've had some ups and downs. I had that podium in Singapore, which I could have won. Then a few poor qualifying results, and then that win last race in Mexico.
Are you focused on any championship position in particular this season, or is it about building momentum for next season?
Yeah, probably building momentum for next season, trying to get into those top tiers, and just show my pace in these remaining races.
And your performances so far have caught the eyes of a couple of teams. If you had a dream move, money no object, who would you like to be driving for next season?
Don't really. Mercedes, why not?
Mercedes, well, how come?
I like the car. I practice with it, and they're a top team. So.
Yeah, but they expect the very best, and there is that added pressure. However, coming into the US Grand Prix, a lot of drivers around will actually like this circuit. Austin, in the precision tier, says it's a track built for overtaking. How much would you agree with that?
Well, it has that long straight at the back. In the middle sector, there aren't that many opportunities, but if you get a good exit and DRS, you have enough ERS, and yeah, definitely. But there can be a few lunges somewhere, so yeah, it'll be fun.
And I'll hand over the mic to Jamie because I've hogged it too much now.
Yeah, obviously, last week you had an interesting race. Obviously, you had that qualifying ban. You started, I think, 15th, and you came through and won on the alternate strategy. Obviously, last week we did see a lot of battling at the front, and you were just able just to basically have some clean air on them hard tyres, put some really good lap times together, and come through to win. Do you think? Do you honestly think you could have won last week, or did you think maybe there was a bit of luck involved, or did you feel like you had the pace to win last week?
I think I definitely had an excellent pace compared to the rest of the pack. I did see them battling, but even with that, I think my pace would still have warranted a win.
Yeah, and obviously this week you were able to qualify this week, and do you think you could have got similar pace around here, or do you think maybe there's a few guys a bit more? Do you think it'll be a bit more guys will be a bit closer to you this week, or do you think you can maybe get a pole this time and win the race?
I really hope I can qualify well, because that's the thing that's really letting me down at the moment. I've done lots of practice with Westy and a bit then with Forbes as well. And my pace is looking good in qualifying and in the race, so hopefully can keep it clean and keep it not invalidated within the track limits and get a good qualifying result.
Okay, well, I'll leave you to it, and I wish you the best luck for the race tonight.
Thank you.
Well, good to talk to Sam there as he prepares for the next race in the championship. A Mercedes hopeful there, Jamie. That's a big ask. Do you think Mercedes is interested, whichever tier he goes into?
Well, if it is a race like last week, definitely. Obviously, we need to look at what the tiers are. Obviously, the next season's a long way away yet. So, yeah, I've not thought about that yet. But yeah, when it comes to it, yeah, definitely. Factors like these races are definitely a factor. And if he wins again today, then, well, you have to say he's put himself right in prime contention for it. Because obviously it does all get reset when all the tiers and everything does get reset after the season. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes for him.
And, well, let's talk championship. Obviously, 3 drivers in the running. You'd strongly put a bet on Westy because he's 21 points ahead. Yeah. But between the 3 of them, I think Flavel at the back end of the season has been coming back and putting in some great performances. And he set out at the start of the season to say, "I'll prove you wrong. I shouldn't be in this tier." That's what he said at the start. He's 3rd place at the moment. So who out of that top 3 do you think is the best chance of winning?
Westy, I think I know he's had a few difficult races of late, but he's been the most consistent driver all season. He had a bit of a shaky start, and he actually almost gave up, but he stuck in there, and he's done well. And yeah, I think he's got the favourite. I think Flavel may be slightly quicker, but he's been a lot more inconsistent.
Yeah, he has shown shades of pace, hasn't he? He's really been one of the quick guys out there, but just results seemingly haven't gone his way in this championship. I mean, taking a look at his stats, 2 wins this season. Only 1 driver has more wins than him this season. That's Westy. Joint there with Will G on wins. He's down in 6th place, but he was a mid-season signing there for Ferrari. I mean, it's not been a bad season. Rather, the other drivers have had better seasons.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not been terrible, but yeah, it's just, like I say, in a season like this, you need to show really good consistency, and yeah, just the drivers behind just lack that. And yeah, just the top 2 have been the more consistent. And I think Cass needs to put a good result together though, because the past few races haven't been good for him.
Well, we will find out shortly. Currently 16 drivers in this lobby heading towards the United States Grand Prix. And if you are watching along, welcome to the Pinnacle Tier. Great to have you along with us, and hopefully you will enjoy one great night's racing action. We've already seen the Podium Tier. Pinnacle Tier will be starting soon. I was going to say Precision Tier still ongoing, and hopefully by the end of qualifying everyone will come over and join us for the last race of the night. And it's the only championship, Jamie, in all 4 tiers where the championship is yet to be decided. So this is the place to be if you want to see a championship battle right now.
It's the most competitive tier, and yeah, it's obviously the closest championship. And well, I wonder if the championship will go to the final race. We'll soon find out. Obviously, Flavel hopes so, because if he wins here, then he may just fancy the comeback like a la Kimi Räikkönen in 2007.
Well, he could be. But there really is only one way to find out, and that's by going into the race. Very close now to the countdown to head now in towards qualifying for the United States Grand Prix. Hopefully you're looking forward to this one. Z3 certainly is not. He's in the chat there saying he hates this track. He just wants to get this one over with. Obviously, he's got the solace of having the fastest lap outside of the top 10 if it goes that badly wrong. But he's got that mindset that he's not going to do well. So that might not favour him coming into the race.
You've got to, even if you're feeling a little bit lack of confidence, you just got to go for it, up for the best, and maybe lower your expectations. Fair enough, but this is not going to help him at all. Heavy rain for qualifying. So
You ruined that, Jamie. We haven't seen it yet. Well, it's heavy rain. At least we know that now. That is going to spice up the strategy, because obviously we don't really know what the race is going to be like in terms of the weather, so it could be bone dry. So if it is bone dry, do you head out there with dry setups? I mean, that's the only option on the car. The cars are going to be very, very skittish here whilst the rain is bellowing down onto the track there. And we'll have to see how this one goes. But surely, Jamie, a dry setup if the track is dry in the race.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you take the pain of qualifying for a good race pace, because race pace is very much king, especially on a track where you can overtake. If you run high wings and the wet setup around here in the dry race, you're just going to be sitting duck down that long back straights of sector 2. So yeah, you're going to have to just gamble, and you have to gamble it on the dry. Hopefully, you get a decent lap in there, and then stick to it as I haven't got any cars going out of the motor. I think I hear engine now.
Oh no, I hear a few engines firing up now. I think we're about 30 seconds ahead again. However, look at this beautiful thing on the right-hand side of your screen. It is the track map. And hopefully, as the cars make their way out of the pit lane, then oh no, have I got electric cars? I think I have. Oh no,
finally.
Oh no, utter silence as we ride on board with Clyde. Oh no, I do hear it. We have engine noise, so that's a bit of a relief there. Anyway, we're watching Clone now making his way, tiptoeing his way through the S section here. Such a tricky track, especially when you're in these wet conditions. And I mean, we've got the Toro Rosso out there on intermediate tyres. Some drivers thinking about wet tyres as well. There's a real divide in the field about which tyres to use.
Yeah, I think it's around that crossover point. I think, obviously, if you can get out, but it's looking really torrential rain. I'd say it's full wet, but you know this game, them intermediate tyres do go a very long way on the track watering.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so it'll be interesting. But obviously in the garage you do get a delta where it does tell you which tyre is quicker. But sometimes that if you go out on track, with a delta saying otherwise, a bit more rain and that delta will turn around completely.
Well, riding aboard now with Clone as he makes his way through in towards the left-hander, I believe here, of turn 15. And as Austin says, sorry, that was turn... Yeah, it was turn 15, I was right. Through now 16 and 17, we'll see now how these intermediate tyres are going to get on as we make our way now through 18 towards 19 and 20 for a lap here on board with Nexus Clone here. Let's have a look as he makes his way now around the final corner and onwards now towards the start finish straight. Here we go then, throttle all the way down. It's not quite a hot lap, but it's a very wet lap, that's for sure. Turn 1 then, up the hill we go, and the braking zone is all the way up the hill here. Use gravity to help you slow the car down as we turn in towards turn 1. Then it's downhill then through towards turn 2. Good opportunity to go side by side through there. However, you've got to really tighten up here for turns 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 et al. As we now make our way through this S section, heading through turn number 4, through 5, and I believe 6 is coming up shortly. Or I'm guessing we're beyond that now because here we are at turn 8. I got lost in that S section. Now heading through turn 9, over we go towards turn 10. A little bit of a blind corner as you turn in towards the apex. Now down the hill towards turn 11. Where would the braking point be? Just at the 100-metre board. Expect that to be later if the track is dry for the race. Heading in towards the hairpin now, and it's a full throttle straight now all the way down towards turn 1. This is where DRS would be active. Heading down towards turn 12, of course, if the track wasn't absolutely soaking wet. Heading towards turn 12, you've got to pick out your braking point here, braking hard now in towards the almost 90 degree, it's a bit more than 90 degree actually, into that corner, in towards turn 13 and 14 here, this double right-hander. Very tricky to get that right in these wet conditions. Heading now towards turn 15, you're braking and steering. Very real risk of trail braking and also locking up the tyres. Now making our way in towards 16 and 17, flying through these right-handers here, trying to keep the grip, as much grip as you can here, all the way through towards turn 19. And of course, in these wet conditions, the enemy is the curb here. A little bit of a back-end loss there from Clone in these tricky conditions. Now making his way around the final corner and onwards now towards the start-finish line. Let's see what Clone can do. It's a 149.5. And in these tricky conditions, there you can see Ulbricht 151.7. It is going to be a long lap time here in Kota. 51.6 from Skeven on the wet tyres. Cohen on a 50.6. I tell you what, these tyres, these two tyres to choose from, there's really nothing between them.
Yeah, and anything, it looks like the rain's getting heavier, so maybe this is the best conditions for these drivers. They can't get a lap done immediately as Will G sticks on pole. Oh, sorry, Gavin sticks on pole there, a 49.1. Yeah, obviously, these drivers are finding more time, but I think the rain's getting heavier, personally. It looks like it's getting heavier according to my screen.
Forbes taking provisional pole, 48.3. Arnold going into 5th place, 49.6. Valentino, 49.6 as well, but he's a 6.92 compared to Jarnel's 6.88. Cohen there is in 7th place, 50.6. Z3 is making his way now in towards turn 12. There's a McLaren coming around the final corner. That tells me it's the man from Jersey, and it is, making his way towards the start-finish line. I believe this could be to start a flying lap. Yeah, he went over 151.3, but it was invalidated. Cast there, 218.5, so he was obviously backed out of his lap time at some point there. First round of those lap times are pretty much done. Z3, Z3 getting very, very hairy there, in through the double, or triple right-hander, I should say, of 16, 17 and 18. Fair play to him, managed to gather that one up.
Yeah, it's a very stylish way to take the corner, but not the fastest line at all. He's actually purple sector 2 according to my mark, but he lost a lot of time there. That's going to drop him down the order. He drops down to 8th place. He lost a lot of time with that drift.
Yeah, 50.9 from the Norwegian then as he makes his way up towards turn 1. As we now see other cars out there on track. I believe that's Jonas Ulbrich coming towards the line, a 51.2 from him on a set of the intermediate tyres. And if you're right, Jamie, that these conditions are just getting heavier and heavier, especially with the rain, the wet tyres might come into play, and those that have set an intermediate lap time early on may benefit greatly in these conditions.
Yeah, they may. It's hard to tell because it's quite heavy rain, but I do feel like it's getting slightly heavier. But yeah, Westy is on a full wet here, but that's a lap nowhere near his best. He must have made a mistake. But yeah, it does feel like intermediates are quicker, but you have to get lapping quickly, I think. If you don't, then you're in trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got, there's yellow flags in Sector 3.
Valentino's missed the pit entry.
Yeah, he's gone straight into the wall, it looks like there. In towards the pit lane he'll go, and of course now we have the track map, we can instantly pinpoint where those yellow flags are.
Yeah, and in the race obviously you can tell where our car's binned it. Obviously you won't be able to see the car, but we can actually see where the car is now, which is good. And also in your qualifying lap you can tell when lap's invalid because their track will be bright red, so you know that's an invalid lap immediately.
Well, Jarno's tiptoeing his way through, down through turn 10, onwards now towards turn 11 here. Heavy braking. He's got a Ferrari ahead of him. I'm not sure which one it is though, because there's both Ferraris here on the back straight, tiptoeing his way through. Mode 0 on his ERS deployment right now. However, he might be on a lap. He's pushing on like he is, trying to regen some of that battery heading towards turn 12. We've got a Mercedes making their way in towards the pit lane, I believe. And that is, it's either Z3 or Forbes who's come back in towards the pit lane. Now for Romeo coming around the final corner. That is Ulbrich then as he makes his way through the final corner. Onwards now towards the start-finish line. And it is 7th place from Ulbrich then, 150.0, which puts him onto the 4th row of the grid. We've got a Williams coming around the final corner. That is Lonnie making his way towards the line. What sort of time can he set? 48.7 then in those tricky conditions. Yes. Puts him onto the first row of the grid. And Will G goes quicker.
Yeah, see, Lonnie did show good pace last week, but he wasn't able to. So Will G took that by over a second. He shot a lot of pace these wet conditions. Yeah, and this was Forbes interested in the garage, but he set to the wet tyres. But I don't think he'd be able to improve that sort of lap time on the wet tyres. So I believe he's into laps with the ones that do count, and you just have to go for it. I think on the internet you can't risk on the wets because I think they're just too slow.
They might be too slow. Over 8 minutes to go then. Will G still at the top of the standings, 147.5 with Forbes in second, 48.3. Lonnie in third, 48.7. Jarnel in 4th, 48.8. Gavin in 5th, 49.1. Cologne in 6th, 49.5. Valentino, 49.6. Jonas Ulbrich, 49.0. Cohen, 50.6. Did I say 49.0? I meant 50.0. Leave me alone. Yeah. Z3, 50.9. Skeven, 51.6. Cass there still with his 2.18 as the banker lap, just to get a lap in. Flavel hasn't set a lap time. Neither has Slater, who's already disconnected once from this qualifying session. And Sam making his way around the final corner, I believe, to set a lap here. Let's see what he can do in the Racing Point car. He goes up to the second row of the grid, 4th place for him with a 48.8. So to put him into fourth.
Yeah, good luck for him there. Obviously, he said he wanted to qualify well, and he's in fourth place, but he's got to find 1.3 seconds to get on pole position, and that's going to be a tough ask. I'd say Will G, he did dominate in Russia and Japan, and he had a bit of a messy Mexico, but he seems right back on form now.
Absolutely. There's a Toro Rosso off the track somewhere. Who is it? It's Clone right into the gravel there. That is at, I believe that's turn 7. It is.
Well there.
Yeah,
he's find the gravel there.
Yeah, he really has done well to find the gravel
on this track. Yeah, that for me.
I'm thinking he's aquaplaned at some point there, because there is turn 9 onwards towards turn 10, and he's lost front wing as well, so he's lost it big time there on the left-hand side.
Well, he might have hit the wall, and he's just recovering, and he's very lucky not to lose a wheel in that case, so he can come back in the pits, and there'll still be enough time for him to go out again on his final run. He's in he needs to. It's decent qualifying result for him so far, but he won't be happy with that because I think he was on the offline lap there, and it took a little bit too much speed, I presume, and the tyres and the track said nope, and just spun him off.
Well, there is Valentino, the Icelandic man, making his way in towards turn 11 onwards now towards turn 12. Remember, here in One Hub Racing there is of course the Race Premium membership, where you donate £9.99 every year to get yourself those lovely benefits. More screen time if you really want to. Detailed stats made by the One Hub Racing team to go at the bottom of your screen or at the bottom of your card on the website onehubracing.com, and also you get a little bit of a shout out from us in qualifying. So Valentino obviously is one of our Race Premium members, as is Westy, who's currently in the pit lane right now, but they are both One Hub Racing Premium members. If you'd like to find out more about what the membership entails, you can go over to onehub.racing.com, click Race Premium at the top there, and it'll take you to the page to explain more about the benefits you can see when you join the One Hub Racing Premium team.
Yeah, it's well worth it, and obviously you will get guaranteed seats for the early period, so if you fancy racing next season, and the sign-up places do go quite quickly, so yeah, that's one way to make sure you're in next season.
Absolutely. Well, Valentino's gone 7th place now, 49.2, an improvement on that one, gets him now onto the 4th row of the grid. Whereabouts are all the other drivers? I'm just having a look at the chat. Lots of support for other drivers. Lonnie, Dane, Cohen. Obviously, Dane Star, not his name anymore. It's Valentino now, but we all know what he meant there. Casper saying he will go into the wall. So that's that support from Sam redundant then. Skeven says he pitted for Inters and they put him back onto wet. So that's not at all what he wanted down there in 15th place at 51.6. Neon Rapid, who I can't remember who he is in the race here, but he's saying it's dangerous to go for Inters now. There's no grip at all. Well, Valentino's managed to find some extra time, and look at the top 11. They're all on the intermediate tyres. They've all set their best lap time on the intermediate tyres, and it's all about finding where that grip actually is. A Z3 goes 4th place on a set of the Inters, 48.6.
Yeah, good luck for myself. Yeah, you got to gamble. Obviously, it is quite risky, but just the wets were too slow, and yeah, I think the peak grip's on the Inters tyres, and I believe that guy on about there, I believe it's Clone, and that's what I believe he is. As we've got a Alpha Romeo spun in the sweep in the final sector, as you know, we spun around, and since that we're in, then you have to go again.
Yeah, we also had
overheating.
Yeah, we also had Will G spin at the final corner there. The current pole position sitter had a moment at the final corner, but he's into the pits now to obviously change over his tyres. We've got Sam there who's going through. Valentino is on for another lap. He's actually gone 2nd place now, 147.8, and he really is getting the best out of these conditions.
He sure is, yeah. Obviously, he had that 2nd place last week, and that really gave him a good confidence boost. So he had that 3rd place last week, so that gave him a huge confidence boost, getting that podium. And yeah, he's doing well so far. Mind you, he's on the in lap, he's a bit wide, but obviously, the game allows you to do that on the in lap, as long as you're not doing your flying lap. So yeah, some interesting lines from Dane Star here, but that's a good lap from him. Sorry, Valentino, that's a good lap from him there, and Will G maybe still in the pit, so Will G leaving very late for it to come out again. Will he be able to come out again? It's going to be tight, because obviously it'll be a lot longer out lap out lap on the wet conditions. So I think Will G, I don't think he has time. I think it's unless we've got this delay again, which we probably do.
Well, Skeven here is trying to set a lap time. He's only set his 51.6 as Slater has left the session again. Hopefully that's not a sign of things to come for him tonight. That's the second time he's disconnected from the lobby. Meanwhile, Skeven now making his way down the back straight all the way now towards that turn 12, which is going to be such a huge overtaking zone. Whether it's dry or wet, whether DRS is active or not, this is going to be a really good overtaking opportunity into turn 12, and you can run side by side for pretty much the rest of the lap if you're feeling brave, as we now make our way through as Forbes now sets the fastest lap of qualifying so far into the 46s there, 146.9 from the Mercedes. We're going to stay on board with Skeven here because he's got a chance of getting a good lap time on the board, making his way now through the triple right-hander there, keeping it nice and controlled, nice and smooth through those final corners. And turn 19, run too wide here, and you've got yourself an invalidation. Can he keep it in the track? Yes, he can. Now heading his way towards the final corner. He's looked quick here on this lap. Let's see if he can pull it all together now as he makes his way towards the start-finish line. Yes, and it is provisional pole position for Skeven. He finally got the lap across the line, and it is a 46.6 from the McLaren driver.
Yeah, nice return form from there. Great lap there. But I think this proves that the track conditions are improving. This is the peak conditions, and it may come to the fact that the last guy over the line side lap may get pole here because these track conditions are getting better by the minute.
Absolutely, and Skeven's got to get going. He can't stay there in the middle of the track. Meanwhile, then Cass is up to 7th place at this moment in time, but that is Sam, I believe, who's come across the line to go into 3rd place. Let's have a look at the Alfa Romeo of, I believe that's Jarnell, coming across the line now. This is where I'm proving wrong. No, it was Ulbrich there coming towards the line. Now I can only be 50% right 50% of the time, if that makes any sense. Send it on a postcard. Let me know what it means. I said it, I don't know what it means. Anyway, we're into the last 30 seconds here of qualifying as Skeven retires from the session in provisional pole position by just under 0.3 of a second. We've got Forbes there, who's on a flying lap right now, or maybe he's not because he's in mode 0. Now he's going to try and recharge the batteries here. We've got a Williams here coming across the line. That is Lonnie, who puts it up into 3rd place, and that is Forbes, who's actually backed out completely. He's come back to the pit, so that is his session over and done with. How about Clone then, as he makes his way towards the line? He sets a 48.3, but it was invalidated. We have the time remaining on the board, and Slater's taken the checkered flag. No, I don't think the checkered flag has actually come out just yet, so there's still time for these drivers to get the lap times in. Jarnell comes across the line to start a flying lap, as to Will G then on towards the turn 1. Westy, well, Westy, he could be at the back of the grid. Not sure how much time there is remaining. I don't think he's going to make it. No, he's not. He won't make it because there will come the checkered flag. Surely now, checkered flag is out. And he's second, 46.9 from the Ferrari driver. Really good lap time from him. Puts him onto the front row of the grid. Cass gets himself up to 5th place as he makes his way across the checkered flag. How about the racing point here? There is Sam, who was at one point on the 2nd row of the grid. He now backs out of his lap in towards the pit lane he goes. Jarnell's had a moment there, as well as the Toro Rosso. I believe that's of Clone, and it is. Clone in that wall again. Finds himself there.
Struggling for grip, and I just made a 7% twice, so yeah, it's not good for him, and that's his qualifying over. And Skeven, he's looking good for pole, because I think everybody else is a back, apart from maybe Will G. I think Will G and Gavin, maybe the guys to look out for. I think they're still on laps.
Yeah, as to is Flavel, currently down in 14th place. We've got a Williams making his way towards the line. That's not Cohen, that's for sure. It's actually going to be Lonnie making his way around the final corner onwards towards the start-finish line, and he takes provisional pole, 46.3 from the Williams there. How about Gavin now? It's his turn, sliding his way through turn 19 and onwards now towards turn 20, trying to keep it all together here as he makes his way towards the start-finish line. Can he go better? He goes 3rd place. How about Flavel making his way towards the line? Can he get any better than 14th? Well, he can. He gets 4th place, 2nd row of the grid from the man from Jersey. And Will G makes his way around the final corner, onwards now towards the start-finish line. Can he grab it? Yes, he can. 45.4. Grabs it by 9/10 of a second. What a lap time from Will G there. Just to check that no one else is on a flying lap. We've got Cohen there, who still is on a flying lap, making his way around the final corner, onwards now towards the start-finish straight. There's a Mercedes and a Ferrari behind. Cohen moves up to 8th place there. I believe Forbes or the Mercedes hasn't made it to the checkered flag, going around as the AI there. Westy comes back into the pits. So then, your pole sitter for the US Grand Prix, there he is, Will G, sticked it on pole by nearly a second.
Yeah, well, obviously the first lap he did was incredible. He obviously had that pole by 1.3 seconds, and he left it late at the end there, but he got it by a considerable margin. Obviously, he was the last guy across the line, so he did have the best track conditions, but still, I don't think the track conditions are factoring all that lap time. I think he was just on fire today. He gets pole by 0.888 seconds.
Absolutely. So Will G grabs pole position here for the US Grand Prix. Lonnie is in second with Skeven third. Gavin in fourth with Flavel in fifth. Westy sixth. Forbes in seventh. Cohen in eighth with Cass in ninth. And Sam rounds out the top 10. It's Albrecht in 11th. Valentino 12th. Z3 13th. Yarnall 14th. Slater, who's had connection problems, in 15th. And Clone, who struggled all tonight so far through turns 7 and 8, will start at the back of the grid in P16. Well, let us know in the chat who you are supporting tonight, which maybe you're supporting an entire team, who knows. Let us know in the chat who you're supporting. Jamie, I'm going to hand it over to you because it is bone dry out there. Who's your pick to win this race?
You have to go for it's completely different conditions, so it's up in the air, and I think Gavin may win this. I'll go for it from outside. I think this may be Gavin's day today. And obviously, this is interesting. Now, I've got a dry race. See, this means I bet the majority of them guys are winning dry setups in qualifying, and this means you get a free choice of tyres. So, what tyres will these guys start on? Will they all go for the softs, or will some fancy the medium at the start of the race? We'll find out very shortly.
Yeah, as you say, it will completely open up the strategy to all of these drivers. They can start on whatever tyre they like. So this opens up possibly mediums to hards, maybe hards to softs. I mean, Jamie, you've been in the driver's seat before. How do you see this one panning out?
Oh, well, it's up in the air. Obviously, all the drivers, they all have their own ideas what they want to do, and yeah, we'll sit there and watch. And the majority of drivers have gone for mediums, apart from Lonnie, Favel, Sam and Clone. They've opted for the soft tyre, so we've got 12 of the 16 going for mediums.
Yeah, absolutely. But Slater here, I don't think is in this lobby, so he might go down as a DNS. No, he won't. So he won't start this race. So that will leave P15 clear. So Clone has got one less car to worry about in 15th place, but at least this time he's got a little bit more grip through 7 and 8. Will G now leading the pack then as they make their way through turn 10 and downwards towards turn 11 on those medium tyres. So in theory, Lonnie should have the soft tyres and the better traction, but he's starting on the dirtier side of the track. So swings and roundabouts there, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and obviously you have to go for the outside of turn 1, but yeah, I think that the Lord should help him go alongside. And obviously, turn 1 around here, you can have 3 or 4 or 5 wide in turn 1. So yeah, but it really does tighten on the entry. So you've got to be really careful to pick your braking point. As I'll quickly want to mention our sponsor, Next Level Racing, as we always do in this interlude. Obviously, this season, all 4 of our drivers champions will be getting a wheel stand, as you may already know, and the winner of this tier, that'll either be Westy, Favel, or Cass will be getting one. If you fancy one yourself, go onto that website, put in the code 1HUB10 and get a nice 10% discount.
Absolutely. Remember, it is word 1 hub, then number 10. You don't get that discount for nothing. You have to work for it, as hard as these drivers have to work for that prize at the end of the season. But as we make our way now onto the grid, Will G on pole position, trying to make it 3 wins for him this season. And as a mid-season driver for Ferrari, he has been absolutely brilliant. Can he try and round off this season, impressing those team bosses, the people he needs to impress? But as we make our way on towards the grid then, we are moments away from the United States Grand Prix here in One Hub Racing Pinnacle Tier. Glad to have you along for this one. Well, they always say everything's bigger in Texas. Will that be the same thing tonight? Don't let these red lights deceive you. It is going to be a start here. That's going to be a different one. So we now await 5 red lights. We are underway, and what are the starts like? It's a really good start from Lonnie, a really good getaway from Skeven as well. Watch out for Gavin as well as we look to go 4 wide right behind them in towards turn 1. Little bit of contact there from Gavin as he clips the inside of the McLaren there. Little bit of a sideways moment, I believe that was for Sam in the background as we now pile our way through turns 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. They're coming thick and fast in these corners. There's an Alfa Romeo there who was almost stranded in the middle of that corner, managed to gather it up there and keep himself on the track. We've got battles behind as Forbes is trying to hold off from Gavin YouTube, which he does, and Forbes up to 5th place. But watch out for Cass now, side by side with the Renault, then through turn 10. Down we go towards turn 11, and Gavin might have a switch back here in towards turn 11 now. No DRS, of course. This is crucial now for the Renault driver, and he gets the move done. Really good stuff. Really good battling there. Jarno in 12th place, now trying to chase down Z3. Of course, no DRS just yet here in America. We need to wait at least for the 3rd lap. Z3 is watching on with this battle between Valentino and Cohen, making our way now down towards turn 12. The Icelandic moves up a position, but Z3, the Norwegian, trying to go around the outside. Valentino closes the door and keeps that position. Looks like team orders there between Flavel and Skeven. Not so willing to coordinate last time out. However, this time, Flavel makes his actions clear and takes 3rd place away from Skeven. Cass is now back up to 6th with that move just before the triple right-hander there. And there you can see the Mercedes of Forbes and the Renault of Gavin running very wide. There's a car that's run even wider there. Westy, the championship leader at turn 19. But it is Lonnie who leads now at the end of the 1st lap there. Z3's lost out to a position to Sam there, who now moves up a position. But Lonnie, with that all-important start there on the soft tyres, leads by 1.6 seconds ahead of Will G. Then it's Flavel in 2nd, Skeven 3rd, Forbes is in 5th. Sorry, Cass in 6th, Gavin in 7th, Westy 8th, Valentino 9th, Cohen in 10th, with Sam in 11th, Jarno 12th. Z3 13th, Albrook 14th and Clone in 15th, with Slater going down as a DNS.
Yeah, clean start for everybody. Good to see it. Westy, I don't know if you caught that, but Westy on the start, he had a terrible launch. Was good. He almost bogged down. That's put him in trouble. He's down in 8th place, and he's not looking that comfortable so far. But yeah, Lonnie got that crucial launch, and he's got that gap now. So he's got quite a comfortable gap to Will G and Ollie Flavel. The reason why Flavel's keeping that Flavel through, because Flavel is on the quicker tyre. He needs to get after this Ferrari for 2nd place. That's why the switch happened in my view.
Gavin here right on the back of Cass then, but Cass is looking to try and defend the inside line. Gavin will have to go the long way round at turn 12. It's going to be side by side through there, but Gavin has to back out that one. Cass has made it perfectly clear he's not giving up that position without a fight, and Westy here knows that this position is important. Cass, who's in 2nd place in the championship, is ahead of him, and Flavel, who's 3rd in the championship, even further ahead as well. So he's got to try and get those moves done and dusted as we head into the 3rd to last race here. Flavel simply has to try and finish ahead of Westy. If he finishes behind him, there's a real chance he'll drop out of the championship battle with just 2 races to go. This is a crucial race for the man from Jersey. He knows that as he closes in on Will G now. DRS is enabled, but we won't see it until we're past turn 11. Flavel thought about a move up the inside, but no dice, was not going to happen there. Sam launching a move down into turn 1 there, up the inside of Cohen there. They're side by side as they exit turn 1. Through turn 2 we go, side by side still as we enter turn 3. They're still going for it, battling through 4 and then through turn 5. The Racing Point has the move though, the better tyres, the better grip, and Cohen there just couldn't quite hold on. Very brave stuff between the two of them and managing not to make contact at all. Great racing.
Yeah, great driving the pair, and I'm giving each other really respect. And Flavel, he's lost a bit of ground to Will G in the S's, so he's still got a chance to get a good exit round here. He should get by. He needs to get smooth urgently because these soft tyres, they will wear off pretty soon, so he needs to get past. But Will G, he's going to have to lunge it down the inside here because he's too far back. Will G had a really good first sector there.
Whoa, there's contact in the background! That is Cohen and Jarno coming together there as Jarno tried to defend way into the path of Cohen there. Well, that was a bizarre one there, but he caught the back of the Alfa Romeo and Jarno was sent into the wall there. Well, answers on a postcard, please, but that's left Jarno with front wing damage there, just heading down the back straight, I should say. So that is unfortunate for the Alfa Romeo. He'll have to come back and get that nose changed and onto a new front wing. Meanwhile, Sam is right behind his teammate Valentino as they make their way through the final couple of quarters. Both Racing Points missing turn 19 completely, looking for the IndyCar track limits rather than the Formula 1 ones. But anyway, on to lap 4 we go. There you can see Lonnie going up the hill towards turn 1, leading this way by 2.5 4.5 seconds, and Jarnell has retired from the race down there at turn 20. And virtual safety car.
Yeah, he's been in the pit entry there, looking at the map there. So VSC coming out, obviously, it won't affect too much things. I believe VSC will clear before the guys get the pit lane, but it's a bit of a breather for the drivers. It's a bit of frantic few laps for these guys, and I'd say Loney's doing a good job in the lead. He's building that gap nicely, and this VSC, it'll give an opportunity to cool them tyres down, recharge his battery, and go for it again. Because them soft tyres, they'll heat up a lot more than the mediums.
Absolutely, but that means they are harder to keep up to temperature. So a VSC like this, you have to work harder to keep those tyres up to temperature. So, well, it's swings and roundabouts, the thing in this stream.
And also, if the VSC ends, they've got wing damage there. Yeah, I mean, two McLarens have come to blows there.
They have. And Flavel's got a 5-second penalty for a severe collision. I wonder if that's gone to the same with Skeeven. Normally that's what happens if they're awarded the penalty at the same time. Only one shows up. But bizarre between the two teammates there. Rule number 1 in motorsports: never crash into your teammate. It's the one person you don't crash into. We're green flag racing here, DRS back online as we now make our way in towards turn 12, or turn 15 I should say, but that is going to open up an opportunity for Forbes here as we make our way through the triple right-hander. Skeeven's going to have a lot less downforce here, as look at this, the Mercedes will have to go round the outside of turn 19. He surely knows that the McLaren's going to understeer here, and luckily for him he goes as a ghost there, but the McLaren is in. But look at up the inside goes Cass, up the inside into P5. Ever the opportunist is Cass there. Well, they're still going for it. Up the hill then we go towards turn 1. You can see up ahead Flavel closing in on Will G. Meanwhile, Cass knows he has to get this move done, which he does. The Mercedes then will try and look for the cutback down through turn 2. Trying to stay on the outside there, but Cass gets that move done. Moves up to 4th place. Really important stuff for the Red Bull driver there.
Yeah, very important in that championship battle. Westy's behind him, and he needs to clear some traffic. He's got a bit of clear air now, and I'll kind of get him to the back of Flavel and Will G, because obviously, yeah, there was, I believe Forbes was a bit hindered by the McLaren coming into the pits. They're not allowing Cass to sneak his way past as Gavin and Forbes going side by side, doing switchback. Forbes, they're going to have a drag race with DRS. They both will have DRS, so it's going to be a pure drag race. Who's got the better straight line speed?
Well, we're riding on board with Gavin then as we make our way now down towards turn 12. They're both sort of levelling out here, but Gavin's going to be later on the brakes then down towards turn 12. Can he stop the car in time? You bet he can, and he gets the move there on Forbes. Meanwhile, Westy now trying to go round the outside at turn 13 through 14. He'll be on the inside here for turn 15 if he can keep it all together. He's on the left-hand side. He's got the tighter angle. There is Forbes, who will try the little bit of a cutback here. Now through the triple right-hander, but he's on the outside for it. Let's see how this is going to end then. The Mercedes still trying to hold it round the outside, up the inside into turn 19. He's held on. What a great defensive drive from the Mercedes there. Held on to that position, and with style.
Yeah, I believe they had a good push, touch, which in the S's. I don't know, that was a little bit of lag or something, but I don't know how they did spin around there. Great driving there by Forbes and Westy. Westy may be a little bit frustrated he didn't get the move done, but he can see his champion out there pulling away. He needs to get this move done quickly. He can't afford to drop too far back from the Red Bull.
No, absolutely not. But they've got Valentino and Sam waiting in the wings. You can see there Forbes taking a different line to try and defend into these corners. And Westy is just going to get more and more frustrated when he knows up ahead that Flavel is getting the points on him. Forbes then picks up a 3-second time penalty. But look at this pressure here from Valentino as we head now down the hill towards turn 11. Not a way through for him just yet, but he will have DRS. He's got his teammate Sam behind him as well, so he's got to be careful about that one. He's got someone to attack, but he has to defend as well from his teammate behind. Now making our way down towards turn 12. Meanwhile, further up the road, you've got Gavin here looking for a move on Cass. Not quite the move he was hoping for, and they relatively stay close together. But look, the two racing points are now fighting with each other now in towards turn 13 here. Now towards 14. Sam's going to try and stick it up the inside. Is he down towards turn 15? Yeah, he definitely is. Up the inside he goes. They give each other the room only just. They do come together on the exit of 15 there, but Sam, there's no way through for him there, and he has to stay behind his teammate.
Yeah, frustrating for him because he's on them soft tyres. He won't make some progress. He's had a bit of period starts. They both go deep again. I'm amazed these guys haven't got penalties going that deep. Maybe it's some exploiting the game they found, but yeah, frustrating there, but good racing. You know, we've had good racing all races. Loney's in the pits already. Early pit stop for him, so he's going to go on the medium tyres to the end, I believe. He has to go 22 laps on them tyres.
It's going to be a tough job, a tough ask for him, but let's see if he can pull it all together. Riding on board now with Gavin as he looks to put that pressure still on the Red Bull there. Cohen getting himself a 3-second time penalty, making our way through the S's section, through turn 8, up through turn 9, and then we got turn 10 just ahead of us. Gavin this time will have DRS, Cass will not, as we head our way down the back straight, so this could be Gavin's chance to get the move done in towards turn 12. Let's see, can he get the power down? Yes he can. Cass still a little bit up the road, but look at this now with the DRS. Let's see how quickly Gavin closes in on the Red Bull of Cass, then making our way down towards turn 12. He's in the slipstream, turns down the ERS there and looks for the move down the inside, looking for it down towards turn 12 here. Can he seal the move? No, he's got the Red Bull still there on the inside in towards 13. He's also got to worry about Forbes right behind, looking to take advantage. Gavin runs wide. The Mercedes slips through then, but Gavin has the inside line in towards 15. He's got to be careful about where he positions the car there, and he's lost out to the Mercedes of Forbes there, and Westy's right behind again. He's so frustrated he can't get the moves done.
Yeah, it just shows you need to get the move done. If you don't, you've got a car right behind you, forced away. But through as Westy's now threatening. So yeah, he's got to be careful here. He's frustrated, but he's still in his fight.
Absolutely, but both of the, championship leaders at the moment are on different strategies. Flavel is into the pits. Meanwhile, Forbes is looking for a move up the inside of Cass, then in towards turn 1, which he's got the move done. Gavin looking to try and take advantage as well. Not quite this time, but Forbes then up to second place then ahead of Cass. That will be music to Westy's ears.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, his stablemate doing a good job there, and Wilt and his teammate as well. He's in the lead of the race, so he's taking points off Forbes as well. So yeah, good race, good performance from him. And yeah, as Ollie Flavel, he's 10 seconds behind Loney, so that 5-second penalty really has killed his chances. He's got a lot of ground to make up.
Well, never say never. Especially nowadays when the safety car come out a lot more often. Meanwhile, then Cass looking to try and get a move done here on Forbes down towards turn 12. He'll think about it, but backs out of it. And look at the Ferrari here of Westy launching it down the inside at turn 12 here, with Gavin having to take the outside line. Westy this time has the outside for turn 13, then through 14, then he has the inside for turn 15. Can he hold on then? Up the inside, there's the Racing Point trying to take advantage as well. The Ferrari gets the track position. Gavin has to go off the track, gets himself a 3-second time penalty for doing so. Through the triple right-hander we go, and Valentino looking to try and take advantage, maybe put Gavin off as well as Westy launching it down the inside. And there you can see Valentino running wide again. There goes the Racing Point of Sam into the pits then, as he looks to change those tyres. Lap 9 of this Grand Prix, Will G leads with Forbes in second, Cass is in third, with Westy fourth. Gavin is in 5th place here. Look at Gavin then looking and eyeing a move down towards turn 1. He definitely thought about that one. However, not this time. I think he's waiting for turn 12, which was a heavier braking zone there. And we'll have to see how he gets on through down towards turn 12, down that long back straight. Z3, meanwhile, is right behind Albrecht as we make our way through the S section. Flavel now up to 11th place, with Sam emerging there in P12. But yeah, as you can see, 10 seconds now he is behind Lonnie, 10.4 to be exact. So it's a bit of an uphill battle for Flavel in 11th place, and he knows here that if he doesn't outscore Westy, chances are his championship run ends tonight.
Yeah, I wonder if the deciding factor will be that running where Skeever ran the back end and the BSC, because that penalty, it's going to be tight when obviously these guys are going to go long on the mediums and they're going to go to softs at the end. So Loney, he will retake the lead and all these guys pit, but all these guys behind him, they're going to need a soft tyre. So he's going to have to hold off these guys on the old mediums. These guys have to press soft. So yeah, this race, it's hard to call a win at the moment because the strategy, because the wet qualifying was definitely mixed up strategy.
Absolutely. We've just seen Z3 get a move done on Albrecht, then through 12, 13, 14 and 15. He gets ahead of him then through the triple right-hander and onwards now towards the end of the lap then. As we enter lap 10, still Will G leading the way by 4.3 seconds ahead of Forbes. And that's what happens when you just keep your head down and keep yourself out of those battles. There is Cass there in 3rd place, Westy 4th with Gavin in 5th. Valentino there is in 6th place. Cohen is in 7th. Z3 8th with Albrecht in 9th. Lonnie there on fresh tyres. He's in 10th place. Flavel is in 11th. Sam in 12th. Clone in 13th. And Skeven, the last of the runners there on the hard tyres, looking to go to the end of the race guaranteed, is right there in 14th place. The thing about Flavel is he knows how many points he's behind the race leader, 52. If he doesn't score any points whatsoever and Westy doesn't score any points, well, technically he is still in the championship hunt, but he's got to win the last 2 races for that to happen. It is going to be so close. And there is Lonnie going down the inside in towards turn 11 there. I don't think Albrecht put up too much of a fight for the Williams there as they now make their way on towards the back straight. Now he's got Z3 ahead of him and down this long straight. I wonder here, Z3 might battle him down towards turn 12. I wonder the Williams is approaching at a rate of knots, but not quite enough momentum to try and launch it down the inside. Again, definitely thought about a late move, but Z3 was already turning into the corner, so he had to back out of that one. But at the front of the field there, you can see Forbes just about got a little bit of a gap there to the Red Bull.
Yeah, Loney's desperate to get by. He knows he's got to get clear air because every corner he loses time to these cars on the old tyres. His time he's going to have to defend at the end of the race, or he's going to be held up savagely by Z3. He's got to get his move into turn 1, unless he'll be stuck behind him again. If he's got to get a good exit, he should get a better exit with the fresher tyres. Z3's a bit cross-ended there, and he should get the move done into turn 1.
Let's have a wait and see how that gets on as we see Lonnie there still round the outside of Z3 in towards turn 1. Z3 is trying to hold on to this, but there you can see he loses that back end very slightly. That might lose out then as we head towards turn 4. Yeah, it does. So Lonnie then takes away 8th place from the Norwegian. Meanwhile, the Icelandic man looking in through turn 9, onwards now towards turns 10 and 11. Down the hill we go. And Valentino there still looking for a move past Gavin ahead of him. Meanwhile, Westy there in 4th place with a championship rival right ahead. That's not ideal, but at this moment in time, between the two of them, let's see, it will be 15 to 12. So Westy's only losing out 3 points here so far, if we don't take into account of the fastest lap of the race bonus point. So for Westy, it's not the end of the world.
No, exactly. No, as I say, Westy has struggled recently, but Cass is not taking advantage. And yeah, Westy can see he's right in front. But I believe Westy does have a time penalty, so that will, in his tight field, drop him down. But I do expect most of these guys get to time penalties because the track limits are quite harsh around here, especially in the first sector.
We'll have to wait and see how the checkered flag treats the drivers at the end of this race then. As Westy runs a little bit wide, so too does the Racing Point of Valentino. I definitely think IndyCar's in charge of turn 19 there, because if it was Formula 1, they'd be very strict on that one. However, if it's legal, then there's no stopping you. If you're not getting punished for it, then there's no stopping you. It's as simple as that. You know, if you're a racing driver, you look to see what you can get away with and what you can't. And what you can't get away with, you never do again. What you can get away with, you constantly press and press until you're not allowed to do it anymore. That's a race driver right there.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. See, in real life F1 where drivers are definitely on track, especially around here. Also, we had Sebastian Vettel, I believe, he retired by going over track limits and the suspension, I believe, snapped off him. But if they do their time mark there and you're allowed to exploit it, then fair game. But it's not their fault that there's grip on the outside. You know, the race driver's instinct is to take everything he gets, and yeah. So yeah, you can't blame these drivers if the game allows them to do it. There's always in the motorsports finding exploits, and these guys have found it around here, and. Yeah, so it's interesting to see.
Yeah, if you can get away with it, they're going to do it. Valentino looking for a move down the inside at turn 15 on the Renault of Gavin here. Gets the racing line. And look at this now. Side by side, they'll go through the triple right-hander. Valentino around the outside. The Renault's on the inside here. It'll swap round as we head towards turn 19. The Racing Point on the inside line here as we make our way through. Still side by side now as we head towards turn 20. And Valentino up the inside. Still the Renault's on the outside, but Valentino gets the move done. It was very nip and tuck there, but the Racing Point has got the move done. I wouldn't throw away the chance of Gavin looking down the inside here, but he doesn't actually. Surprises me there. I thought he might have launched that down the inside of turn 1, but he didn't. So Valentino gets P5.
Yeah, we know Valentino was really aggressive and showed it there again. And Valentino's on, but he's in the hunt again. He tends to maybe not qualify so well, but his race pace is strong. Look at him again. He's in this fight for the podium yet again. Obviously, now you can actually see him this week. I bet that's a relief.
Yeah, that is a relief. He's not just a ghost around there. So, by the way, looking at the relative start positions to where they are now, obviously there's a pit stop that drivers have taken. That's why you've got Flavel losing 7 places, Sam losing 1, and so on and so forth. But Valentino's up 7 positions from his start position. Cass is up 6. Forbes is up 5 positions as well. So it's been a really good first stint for them.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, obviously. Yeah. Yeah, obviously, I think the wet qualifying maybe shut the order a little bit, but now we're starting to see the guys that we at the front coming back through, and yeah, Forbes. Yeah, he's shown good racecraft, and Cass. He hasn't done that well recently, but this is his best race for a long while. And
so close between Gavin and Cohen there, but Gavin able to defend. Cohen around the outside. I thought they were making contact, but it was millimetrically perfect between the two of them there, and not making contact beggars belief. That is absolutely true. But you can see there this little bit of a queue forming up towards turn 1 with I believe that is Forbes in second place at the helm of it. That's just allowing Will G to run away with it. 4.5 seconds ahead of Forbes.
He got out of DRS early, and that's helped him because I believe we got yet another DRS train here, and these guys all even match for paces. Valentino is getting perilously close to Westy there in the S's. He's wanting to get through in the S's, but he's trying to find different lines, but there's no way through here. He's got to just get through the DRS straight, but he gets quite a poor exit there. Not might allow Westy to hang on, but yeah, these guys don't get jogged on by DRS, and they're fighting each other, and that's allowing Will G to pull away. As Lerny, he's got to catch these guys. So he's going to be behind these guys pit, but let's not forget these guys will go on soft tyres, and the tyre delta of that will be over 2 seconds. So Lerny, he'll have quite a big lead, but that lead will get whittled away when these guys do pit for the softs.
Yeah, Forbes leading this little bit of a queue there with Cass in third. Skeven did leave the session. He's now joined back, so hopefully he will be driving in that solid car once again. Cohen still on the back of Gavin as we make our way towards turn 15 there, and again just following one behind each other right now. Oh, Westy loses the back end there, and Valentino says thank you very much, I'll take that from you. How about Gavin? Well, he didn't quite have the momentum there going through the triple right-hander, and Valentino there manages to grab that position. Up to P4 he goes from a Westy error. That is rare to see.
Yeah, Westy's he's not had the best of form at the moment. He's been a little bit rattled, but yeah, you don't see him make mistakes like that normally. And Valentino, if you're right there, if you're right behind the guy, and he makes a mistake, and just capitalises. Westy's going to dive down the inside. This is a bold move. Bit of contact. I think that's frustration there from the Ferrari driver. He gets through, but what's your views on that? Do you think that was maybe a little bit late?
Well,
Valentino did well there to avoid that.
I just do the shouting in the box and not a lot else, but what I can say is that Westy is now back up to P4 with Valentino in 5th. I can imagine now that Valentino, he's an aggressive driver already. I don't think he's going to take that line down, that is for sure. He's got Gavin right behind him though, as we make our way now down towards turn 11.
Yeah, I've driven with this guy. I know how aggressive he is, and when he gets riled up, he definitely got payback. And Westy's one up here, he's got no DRS, so Valentino will take this place back as easy as that. Westy's got to try to run the inside line, but Valentino should outbrake him here, and he does. But it's going a little bit deep. That might allow Westy back. Valentino's off track there. He's going to have to rejoin safely, and he does. They're side by side from here. Valentino's giving him no space at all, no love lost where he needs to. And Valentino's hung up, but Westy will surely dive down the outside here. And he does. Oh, he always comes to blows yet again. But Westy's going to hang on. Valentino get a squeeze on the outside of the S's and he backs out.
Yeah, and did you see there, Westy going down into turn 12, made sure to brake as late as possible, almost to overrun the corner on purpose, because he knew Valentino was on the outside there, and knew that if he just tried to get the track position and try to get half a car ahead into the braking zone, it would be his track. So that was quite a smart move there, and it's worked because it's kept him ahead of Valentino heading in towards turn 1.
Yeah, Westy definitely showing his racecraft there and his aggression, but he's got the same problem again because look, he's the two guys had to pulled away, and Valentino yet again in his DRS zone, so he's gonna have to do it all over again. Westy, he's under pressure for sure.
For sure, this is the closest battle we have out on track for you, and with Westy and Valentino battling, Cass here is getting away. And is this sort of a mentality for Westy? He's not thinking about the longer game. He wants to stay ahead of Valentino, and that's the bottom line. His championship rival though is getting away.
Yeah, I think we know with racing, sometimes pragmatism goes out the window, and I believe it is in Westy now. Is Valentino's got to sit down inside there. No, yes, he does. Westy one's a little bit deep. He hangs on there, but Valentino is looking really feisty, and yeah, when you're racing, you just lose. Oh, it's cool sometimes when you fight somebody, isn't it? Even the very best have lost cool when battling guys, not thinking of the long game. Yeah, and these guys certainly are now. It's a great fight, but look, the two guys ahead are pulled away considerably now. It's 2 seconds now, the gap to Cass.
Yeah, as Westy comes into the pits then from 4th place. So what tyres will he go on? He might go onto the soft tyres because we're past half race distance now for Westy, so he's surely got to put onto the soft tyres. Will they get him to the end? Yeah, on go the soft tyres, but yeah, he's trying an undercut here and hoping that it'll work. Valentino has now got Cohen for close company as we make our way through turn 2. Onwards now through 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. As we now make our way through, we've got to be so careful here not to overcommit through these S section. It's very, very tricky, especially if you carry too much speed. You're just understeering, and that is not what you want in these cars. As soon as you're understeering, you've got the S section completely wrong. Heading now on board with Cohen as we head down towards turn 11.
Yeah, once you get that section wrong, you're just losing chasms of time. Yeah, it was Cohen. He's got the run on Valentino here. We know how Valentino is defending, so Cohen's not going to find it easy. He's a long way back. He's going to have to go for a really aggressive move into the hairpin here. But if he's a bit too far back, he's going to have to back out of it. And his teammates right behind him, he obviously already stopped. And I wonder if there'll be a bit of team play here if Cohen can get through.
Well, at the moment they're on different strategies, and they're both not going to the race. Both of them together, that is, as Cohen looks for a gap up the inside of Valentino. Doesn't exist just yet as we now head through that triple right-hander with Cohen still right behind. I don't know if there will be team orders at the moment, but what's for sure is that Cohen still looking for a move then as they all head now into the pit lane. So they've left Will G out on the track on his own then to try and undercut him as they make their way into the pits. That's going to hand a plate load of positions to Lonnie then as he retakes 2nd place. Cass then onto the soft tyres as well as Forbes as well. We've got Valentino into the pits onto the soft tyres. Where is Z3? Well, he's now going to be in 3rd place, but yet to stop, as is Ulbrich. There is Sam then, who's up to 5th place. Flavel up to 6th as well. Gavin up to 7th. With Westy up in 8th. Forbes then rejoins, and look how much time Westy has gained.
Yeah, you said about that bit clear air, and look at it now. It's like 2 seconds. He's undercut them massively. Look, it was a 2 second deficit. Now it's a 2 second lead to Westy. That's incredible. It's like a 5 second undercut there. I don't know how that's happened. Obviously, we did see a bit of a trap down on that pit, so I wonder if some of these guys got held up in the pits. That might be a factor. I believe that probably might be a factor in why it's such a big undercut. But that's incredible. 1 lap in 5 seconds. Wow.
Gavin here has got to make use of these soft tyres. He's the leader of these soft tyre runners right now. He's got Ulbricht ahead, who's yet to stop. Sam looking to go to the end. He knows this move's in crucial. Goes off the track there to make the move. Well. He was beyond track limits there. Heading into turn 12. He'll argue he had nowhere to go. But he gets the position, then up to P4 he goes. Flavel now right behind Ulbricht then as we make our way on towards turn 15. I mean, Jamie, what did you make of that move? Gavin's just stolen the position away from Flavel. Up the inside he went. Caught Flavel snapping there. And up a position he goes.
Well, the one thing we sure Flavel will not be happy with that, obviously, because he was right behind Sam there, and Sam just went off track and overtook. It doesn't matter if you. It doesn't really matter if you're getting squeezed a bit. If you're off track, you're off track. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that one goes to the stewards. I don't know if Ulbricht to report it, but I wouldn't be surprised if Flavel doesn't report that to the stewards.
Well, Lonnie now leads the race by 9.1 seconds. We have 10 laps to go. Will G is now the leader of the soft tyre runners. Well, it's going to be a huge ask, just about a second a lap to catch up before the end of the race, but that's catching up. It's achievable, this one. Normally on the alternate strategy, we see the drivers have to pit late, and then they have to go sort of 2 to 3 seconds per lap they have to gain. For Will G, though, it's just under a second a lap to catch. Yeah, that's definitely doable.
That's easily doable, yeah. Look, he's gained 6/10 to the first set. So that's easy because he's got a yellow flag. That's Clone, I believe.
Third time today off at turn 8. Not great for him at all, as he's got a 10-second time penalty. Wow, well, I'm sure he'll be claiming that one to the stewards, for sure. But he's got to just limp that home back to the pit lane and get himself onto a new front wing. Yeah, definitely should claim that one because that was absolutely ridiculous there. Cass throws his hands up in frustration there as he's battling Valentino in towards 13 and 14 there. Can he just about hold on then? Valentino surely going for a move up the inside. Safety car deployed as Clone's retired from the session. It is a full-blown safety car as we know.
Lonnie's pitting. That's what you need to do. You needed to pit. If these guys are mediums, they need to pit and go on soft because they're going to be very vulnerable if they don't.
Well, Lonnie into the pits then. So Will G gets himself now into the lead of the race. I was getting myself confused because Z3's got a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. So he'll have to serve that once the safety car comes back in. But 9 laps to go. Safety car deployed. And it is Will G who leads. Gavin YouTube is in second place. Westy in third with Forbes in fourth. And lots of drivers here. I don't know if there's a problem here because they're still all racing. Lonnie was trying to get out there as soon as he possibly could, racing out of the pit lane. Of course, once you're in the pit lane, you are not part of the actual racetrack. So in theory, you can actually speed up there, even though you're in the pit lane. You're not actually on the track. But Lonnie in 7th there. Cohen is in 8th. With Sam in 9th. Flavel then rejoins in 10th place in a race where he has to finish ahead of Westy. He's down in 10th place. Westy's all the way up to 3rd place. And in the blink of an eye, here Westy's ahead of Cass and Flavel. How on earth did that happen? When did that happen?
I don't know. Incredible, yeah. Just that undercut was incredible, yeah. And obviously, the likes of Skivan who's stuck in there, this is his reward, the safety car. So if he's back in the race now, he's on the same tide as everybody else. He can bunch up. He's got loads of penalties, many for track limits, which I'm surprised you get track limit penalties in a safety car period. But anyway, this is the opportunity these guys wanted. As the field's going to bunch up, and I wasn't sure where Clone retired there. Was it on track? I didn't quite catch his dot on the map. So
I think it was on track because he's saying in the chat here that the rear just lost it. I think that's through turn 8 he was saying there, as 2 drivers here have picked up 5-second penalties. One of them is Forbes and the other one is, I believe, Cohen there, I think popped up there. But lots of confusion. Oh, sorry, Valentino, you're right, it was. As there's a lot of confusion here under this safety car about which position you go in. I mean, it shouldn't be that difficult. There's a big red icon there that says give position back to, so there shouldn't really be that much confusion.
Yeah, shouldn't be at all. Z3's got loads of penalties around his safety cars. Forbes has retired. I don't know how that's happened.
I don't know why that's happened either. He's just pulled to the side and called it a day under the safety car. So not great for him at all. But yeah, I mean, maybe a little bit of lag involving the safety car here. Maybe that is why. But we're on to lap 21. We've got 8 laps to go. And Will G is leading the way with Gavin YouTube second. Westy, championship leader, in third place, exactly where he wants to be. Valentino in fourth. There is his championship rival, Cass, there in fifth place. Lonnie in sixth with Cohen in seventh. Sam is in eighth with Flavel there up to ninth with that retirement. Well, that's one less car to deal with as he looks towards to try. He's got to finish in front of Westy, full stop. If he wants to stay in this championship, he cannot let Westy score points. And even worse than that, he can't let Westy finish in front of him.
No, he's got a little taker to do, but he's that pit stop window did not work out for him at all because he had to pit early. He had that 5-second penalty, and that put him behind a load of cars. And now look at this, I believe there's 6 cars between them, so yeah, it's going to be very difficult for Ollie. But you just never give up hope. You never know what happens in racing. We've got a lot of car switch positions in safety car, which I don't understand how that's even happening, but it might be a better lag involved here.
Yeah, well, that's a new one. Z3's got himself a 5-second penalty for exceeding track limits under the safety car. That's a new one.
That happened? It's really saying race line of safety car. I don't know if these updates brought a glitch with safety car. I don't know what's happening here, but yeah, it's a bit unusual. So yeah, as we're going board with Will G, we'll see if the safety car's going to come in the lap. As Z3 has got a bucket load of penalties, he's going to be never on for last place.
Well, let's see now. The safety car lights will turn off. There they go. So we're coming in this lap, or at least we're going green flag racing this lap. And remember, we haven't seen the safety car in a while, so just to remind you of the rules, there's no safety car line before the start-finish line. The safety car line is the start-finish line, and you cannot build up the speed until the safety car is beyond the pit lane speed limiter. Those are the rules, so Will G, once the safety car's past the speed limit line, can choose exactly when to go, and no one can overtake him until they're past that start-finish line. He's still trying to keep up with the safety car, though. He'll have to back off a little bit, try and bunch up the field a little bit as well. Safety car is taking its time as Cohen has caused a severe collision with Sam and he's been awarded a penalty for it. There we go then, safety car looks like it's come in and he's gone for it, Will G, around the final corner, onwards now towards the start finish line. Green flag racing, we are underway again. Will G then with a rocket start up towards turn 1. Watch out for the cars behind him. Westy will surely look for a move down the inside. No, he backs out of it. Cass meanwhile knows that this is important now. He's got to find a way past Valentino. How about Flavel? The pressure is on the man from Jersey here. He's got to make up as many positions as he possibly can in 7 laps with everybody else on similar tyres. Those are the front of the field, including Gavin on the oldest set of soft tyres. He might find himself vulnerable towards the end of this race, but as they all make their way through cleanly through the first sector at least, running aboard with Valentino now, making his way now through turn 9, getting a little bit of opposite lock during the corner there as he heads his way now down towards turn 11. Watch out for Sam then, looking for a move on the inside of Cohen, then in towards turn 11. Very close together there, almost locking wheels there, but look at this traction that the Racing Point has out of turn 11 there. Side by side they run, of course, no DRS online yet. Lonnie meanwhile ahead of him, trying to make a move on Cass then down towards turn number 12. The Williams is on the inside. The Racing Point has got the move done then, so Lonnie's up to 5th, Sam up to 7th. Cohen has just about held on to Flavel. Oh, has he? Because now Flavel's trying to go up the inside into 13, onto 14. That's 1 down, 6 to go, surely, for Flavel. And it's going to be even tougher with more cars ahead of him. Cohen trying to now hold on against Skeven. Remember here, made contact with his teammate, lost a bit of front wing. Still in 10th place, though, still with a good chance of scoring some really, really good points. Valentino, meanwhile, slightly dropping back from Westy. But look at Lonnie here, 5th place, and looking to try and get a move done here as Z3, Skeven and Albrecht are fighting away. Z3 is into the pits, of course, to serve his drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car as Lonnie goes for it down the inside into turn 1 there as Valentino has to take avoiding action. He has to steer out of the corner, but Lonnie aggressively takes that position. Now his eyes are firmly set on Westy.
Yeah, very aggressive there. There's very dangerous that move there for him. But yeah, good move him there. And Lonnie, well, he had to pit really, because if he did, he'd do the sit and duck. And now he's got the freshest tyres and more, but he's got to get past these guys ahead, because I believe he's the guy that can challenge Will G, but he can't afford that gap to grow too much. He's got to get past these guys. And Westy, well, you think he had champion's mind, but we've seen Westy today being very aggressive, so I think Westy may defend this. Obviously, no DRS this lap. We have to wait next lap for that.
Absolutely, but you can see already the queue heading down towards turn 12. Will Lonnie try and move then? Well, I can tell you what, Sam's trying to move now down the inside of Cass in towards turn 11 here. Cass has to try and hold on here. He knows this is so important. He can't lose this many positions, especially at this point in the race. Meanwhile, Lonnie's trying to move up the inside of Westy. Westy covers him off. Sam, meanwhile, still trying to get that move done on Cass, but the Dane there managing to hold on through the triple left hand, or triple right hander, I should say. Skeven is now up a position against Cohen there. What's happened to Cohen? He's lost a bit of ground there, as Ulbrich now up the inside in towards 19 there, and he's got his way through. Cohen now down the order into 11th place. Something happened there for the Williams, not quite sure what. DRS is now online, but of course it won't be seen until we head our way down towards turn 12. Lonnie looking for another move down the inside of the championship leader here into turn 1, and he's got the move done. Lonnie then up to 3rd place, Westy down to 4th, and again that will be music to Cass's ears.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Good, great move there. And yeah, now he wants to get past Gavin and try and chase down Will G. But yeah, wow, that's incredible. Lonnie, his braking is incredible. He's so much confidence, and that's just amazing.
Well, remember,
he's in the back of Gavin now.
Yeah, Gavin's on 8-lap old tyres. Lonnie's on 4-lap old tyres. He's one of the youngest tyres here on the track right now. As yeah, you're right. Look at the traction out of turn 11 here. He's got DRS as well. He'll put that online. The flap opens and he streams past up to 2nd place. Now it's 2.2 seconds between himself and Will G up ahead of him. As look at this, Valentino looking for a move up the inside there. You saw Westy saw the red arrows there and gave the room to the Racing Point now. Heading through 13 and 14. They do touch there into turn 13 as Westy tries to hold on. Valentino up the inside at turn 15. Will look to try and shut the door. Meanwhile, behind them, Cass in a desperate move. Look at Flavel. He's up to 6th place. Cass is sandwiched in towards the triple right-hander. And Sam's around as well. And 3 wide going through there. It was just a sandwich. There was nothing Cass could do about that one. He got the squeeze. And look at that. Flavel has just been handed 3 positions left, right and centre. Look who's right ahead of him. It's the championship leader, Westy. This could not be a better scenario from the man from Jersey. With 4 laps to go, he's got 1 move to make.
Incredible. I'd like to say I thought Cass been off. That might have been the championship deciding moment. But look at Flavel. Look, he's right at the back of Westy, and Westy's struggling. I don't know if he maybe picked up a little bit of damage that because he was with Valentino, but Westy is not confident at all. He's dropped off the back, and Flavel. Oh, this should be one of the great recovery drives if he can finish ahead of his championship rival.
Absolutely. And by the way, Lonnie is completely eating into that gap between himself and Will G. 1.1 seconds. He'll be in within DRS range soon. Meanwhile, riding on board with Flavel because this has championship implications. Flavel has to find a way past Westy to stay in the championship for the final 2 rounds. He has to. If he finishes like this, he will be out of the championship running. Meanwhile, Valentino looking for a move up the inside of Gavin in towards turn 12 here, and Valentino gets the move done. Can Gavin get the traction down? Not quite, in towards 13 there, and Valentino now up to 3rd place. Pressure is on for Flavel as he looks to try and find that way past Westy. Time's not quite on his side.
No, time isn't on his side. No, he's got to happen now, but Lonnie, well, look how far back he was behind the safety car. No, he's right in the back of him now. He's got a great chance here, but he's run very deep there. That's going to cost him time.
He has run deep, but again, this is lap 26. 3 laps to go here at the United States Grand Prix. Flavel, meanwhile, still right on the back of Westy. He's thinking about the move there. A little bit too far back. Westy there wanted to take the inside line to try and defend. He was ready to defend from Flavel there, but when he saw Flavel wasn't moving, he decided not to move either. So Flavel here, he's got Westy ahead of him, then Gavin, then Valentino just up the road as well. The more positions he can gain at this time, the better. But the important thing is that he gets past Westy. This is crucial for him now.
Yeah, he's got to. He's going to be effective for Westy to DRS, but he's got to get a bit by and maybe could get. I think Westy and Gavin have run, but look how old their softs are. They're going to die off. And Flavel, he could maybe eke out 4th place here, but he's got to get these moves in quickly, and he's lost a lot of time there coming out the corner.
Here comes Lonnie down the outside. Wow, what a move that was. He cut across there and took the position away there. Gave Will G no choice but to concede. And Lonnie now takes the race lead. But he has got quite a few penalties, as I think most of the drivers on the grid have at this moment in time. Westy still ahead of that McLaren of Flavel. But Skeven's right behind him. And I'm telling you right now, if they're both in the same party together, Flavel will be telling him, stay back. You better stay back.
Yeah, this is the McLaren. It's very much this relationship this season. You know, it's reminded me of Hamilton and Alonso. They've been at baying blood with each other, and yeah, Flavel does not want his teammate to
best chance. Best chance for Flavel as he looks to move up the inside in towards turn 1. He's got the inside line as he locks up big time. Has he got the move on Westy? Look at Skeven making his way through. The McLarens go side by side. Skeven backs out of it and loses out to Westy as well. Well, that was close between them, but Flavel has got the majority of the job done. He needs to finish ahead of Westy to stay in this championship running. That's that job done. Now to gain as many positions as possible and hope that his teammate can help him out.
Yeah, I think Skeven did help out there because obviously Westy had to worry about the McLaren behind, and yeah, it's got another yellow flag. Who's that?
Z3 at the last corner that was, but he's got going again. Green flags in that part. Westy will have some DRS on Flavel, but Flavel will have DRS from Gavin up ahead. And here is Skeven then looking to the left-hand side of the track. And this time, I think there's a big thank you coming Skeven's way from Flavel. Down we go towards turn 12 as he takes the position away from the championship leader. Flavel, meanwhile, looking at Gavin here as we head through 13 and 14. Crunch time for the man from Jersey to get as many positions as possible. Of course, we don't know the penalties. We won't really know until we get to the checkered flag. We don't want to take our eyes off this action, Jamie.
No, exactly not. As Lonnie's about to start the final lap, but I do believe penalties may affect his position, so he's going to take the win on the line, but I don't think he's going to win the race.
Well, let's find out then, as Lonnie has started the final lap of the race in the lead of this one. Will he finish there? Meanwhile, Flavel behind. Gavin defends to the inside line. Flavel will have to go round the outside at turn 1. He'll get the better traction. Gavin goes to the inside. Flavel trying to... Oh, he's lost the back end. He's into the wall, and he's out of the race. Flavel's out. Oh my goodness, that's him out of the championship altogether. At this rate, Flavel had it in his hands to get the move on Gavin, and it's all gone wrong for him at the final corner, and that could be him out of the championship hunt altogether. That's going to hand the baton to Skeven here to try and grab 4th place ahead of Gavin here as we make our way down the hill towards turn 11. And, well, there's no VSC, there's no safety car either. It's just flat out racing to the checkered flag. Lonnie here still leading the way. Sam's now promoted into the top 10, and Z3, no matter what lap he sets, will get the fastest lap of the race. Bonus point here. Skeven gets the move done. Westy looking to try and attack the Renault now. Down in towards turn 12. It's all kicked off here as he looks down the inside. Contact made between the Ferrari and the Renault as we make our way through 13. Westy holds on to that position, but meanwhile will join the race leader Lonnie as he makes his way through the triple right-hander for one dramatic final lap. As it stands, Flavel's out of the championship running with 2 rounds to go. Meanwhile, Lonnie won't care about that. He'll come around the final corner for the Williams and take the win here in the USA. Will G have a say with penalties? Yes, he will. Will G wins in the USA, and a great drive from Will G. He had less penalties. Westy up to 3rd there in the final results. Gavin in 4th, Skeven 5th, Jonas Albrecht in 6th, Valentino 7th, Cohen 8th. Caster will finish across the line in 8th place now due to penalties. And Sam, you can see them making his way through the triple right-hander onwards now towards 19 and 20. Should be able to grab that final point on the championship here. And I believe Z3, no matter what time he sets, because he finished outside of the top 10, will get the fastest lap of the race. Bonus point as Sam spins it across the line. But here is your race winner here for the United States Grand Prix, and it is Will G who grabs his 2nd or 3rd win of the season and brings him joint wins with Westy.
Yeah, wow, that's just incredible. Obviously, Will G's only been here since France, and you have to say, if he was here start the season, he'd be right in the championship hunt. But yeah, he's doing a great job for Ferrari, and that that all but secures them the Constructors' Championship, I believe, as they're on fire at the moment. And Westy, well, he didn't have the pace day, but he made less mistakes, and the safety car helped him out there because it helped bunch the field up again, and the penalties just disappeared for him. As I say, Lonnie, he won it on track, but Will G made the few mistakes, and he's won the race yet again.
Absolutely. Will G takes his third race win of the season and wins here in the USA. And the rest of your official, unofficial results are as follows. Lonnie is in second, Westy in third with Gavin in fourth, Skeven fifth with Albrecht in sixth, Valentino in seventh with Cass in eighth, Cohen ninth, and Sam rounds out the top 10. As my belief is Z3 will pick up a bonus point there for the fastest lap outside of the top 10. Flavel, Forbes,
anyway.
Clone, Yarnell all out of the race. In terms of the championship standings then, well, Westy didn't get the fastest lap and neither did Cass. So what that means is that's 4 points for Cass. It is 15 points for Westy. The championship lead opens up to 11 points to 31 with Flavel crashing out. He's now out of the championship running. 2 races to go. 2 drivers can win it. 31 points the gap.
Yeah, but Westy knows now if he finishes ahead of Cass in Brazil, he win the championship, whatever. So Westy, all Westy has to do really is follow Cass in Brazil, and he should win the championship.
Absolutely, and hopefully you will join us for the Brazilian Grand Prix. I think we need a breather there, Jamie. That was a great race. The safety car. Well, yeah, I was going to say the safety car really just changed the complex of that final couple of laps, and it just turned on its head for Flavel. He had a chance to really keep himself in the championship, but the moment there at turn 1 and the slightest tap of the wall, his front tyre goes, and that's the end of his day. That's the end of his championship hopes.
Yeah. I believe he had one more penalty than Westy, so I think he was trying to get by Gavin because he realised he had more penalties than Westy, and he wanted to maybe just make sure he's ahead of Westy, because if he did, he would have gone on the podium. But yeah, as you say, it didn't happen for him, and his championship is over. And well, I think the stewards maybe kept busy after all that race. It was an eventful race, but quite a few incidents. But as you said before, this track is made for overtaking. We saw it in the bucket loads there.
Absolutely, and well, it comes to that very, very difficult decision. Driver of the day. If you don't mind, Jamie, you've been going first a lot, and you always take the best driver. So I think it's my turn to have a go at that. Well, you know what? It was such an eventful race. I think the person who kept their head down and kept out of trouble. Okay, they made the least amount of overtakes, but I tell you what, they took the opportunities. They got 0 penalties as well. The only driver in the field that got 0 penalties. I think my driver today has to be Will G. No penalties, kept his head down, kept himself to himself, made the moves he had to, and the deserved winner at the end of a great race.
Yeah, it was quite boring. I'm going to go off the guy who finished second, Loney. I think, he had great pace all weekend. In qualifying and the race, and obviously he went for the different strategy to start. We started with softs and went for the mediums. He was helped out a little by the safety car, but it would have been interesting what would have happened if he was on the mediums ready to finish. But he got second place, and he made some really good moves in the second part of the race. So Loney is my nomination for driver of the day. And those are the 2 drivers you can pick from as the driver of the day when the vote goes up tomorrow. You can vote for your driver of the day between those 2 on OneHub's Twitter page at OneHub Racing. Don't forget as well to follow the sponsors of OneHub Racing, Next Level Racing. They are Next LVL Racing on Twitter. You can follow me if you really want to on Twitter. It's at KS McGinley. That's McGinley. Good luck finding me. And you can also follow Jamie as well at JamieBet92. And I hope you will join us for the next race when we head to the Brazilian Grand Prix. 2 rounds to go, 2 drivers still in the championship, 31 points between them. JB, can it be next week already? It will be in 7 days, but yeah, we'll see. So you have to wait, I'm afraid. But yeah, it should be a good one, obviously. I hope everybody have a good weekend, and we'll see you next week for what could be the championship decider.
Absolutely, and hopefully you will join us for that one. Don't forget as well, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss what should be a fantastic Brazilian Grand Prix. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. I've been Kieran McGinley.
I've been Joe Metcalf.
Take care of yourselves, and we will see you next time.
Night.